Welcome to our channel. Today we're taking you on an exciting journey through Romania. This place is seriously underrated. We're talking castles, mountains, cities, all this cool stuff, and I'm hyped to show you guys. We're hitting up the top 10 must-visit tourist spots in Romania, so get ready for some epic adventures. Let's dive in. All right, first up, we're at Bran Castle. You guys know Dracula, right? The vampire dude. This place is supposed to be his old stomping grounds. I know what you're thinking. Vampires aren't real, but dude, this castle is creepy enough to make you wonder. Okay, so maybe Dracula wasn't real, but this place has some serious history. It was built in the 14th century, and it's perched on this massive cliff. The views from up here are unreal. You can see for miles. Inside the castle, it's like stepping back in time. They've got all these old rooms and secret passageways. I swear you could get lost in here for days. We're talking suits of armor, old paintings, furniture that looks like it's 1,000 years old. It's insane. I heard they even found secret passages here back in the day. Imagine hiding from your enemies in the walls. How sick is that? I'm going to see if I can find one. No luck on the secret passages yet. But this place is still amazing. If you're ever in Romania, Bran Castle is a must-see. Just watch out for vampires. Next up, Palace Castle. And let me tell you, this place is the definition of extra. Forget those dark and gloomy castles. Palace is straight-up fairy tale vibes. We're talking intricate carvings, stained glass windows, and gardens that look like they belong in a movie. Imagine walking through these halls back in the day. Royalty knew how to live, man. I bet they had some wild parties here. This place is huge. They've got over 170 rooms, each one decorated in a different style. You've got Renaissance, you've got Moorish, you've got Florentine. It's like a crash course in art history. And the gardens, don't even get me started. Fountains, statues, flowers everywhere. It's like walking through a dream. If you're looking for a castle that's more beauty than beast, Pele's is your spot. Trust me. You won't be disappointed. All right, guys, buckle up, because we're about to hit the Transylvania highway. This ain't your average Sunday drive. This road is legendary. We're talking hairpin turns, steep drops, and views that will blow your mind. The Transylvania winds through the Carpathian Mountains, and it's known as one of the most scenic drives in the world, and for good reason. Imagine driving along this winding road, mountains rising up on either side of you. The air is fresh, the sun is shining, and you feel like you're on top of the world. We're stopping at a few lookout points along the way to soak in the views, and trust me, you're going to want to take pictures. This is the kind of scenery that makes you want to just pull over, sit down, and take it all in. If you're looking for an adventure, the Transylvania Highway is calling your name. Just make sure your brakes are good. Chapter 4, Danube Delta Birds, Boats and Beauty. We're switching gears now and heading to the Danube Delta. Imagine a place where the river meets the sea. It's like this massive maze of canals and lakes and islands, and it's teeming with wildlife. We're talking birds, fish, all sorts of crazy creatures. You know, I'm not a huge bird guy, but even I'm impressed by this place. They've got pelicans, eagles, storks, you name it. It's like a National Geographic documentary come to life. We're taking a boat tour through the delta, and it's so peaceful. Just the sound of the water and the birds chirping. It's the perfect escape from the city. The Danube Delta is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and for good reason. It's one of the best preserved deltas in Europe, and it's home to a ton of endangered species. If you're into nature, this place is a must-see. Just watch out for mosquitoes. Chapter 5, Sighisoara, Vlad the Impaler's Hood. Get ready to step back in time, because we're heading to Sighisoara, one of the best preserved medieval citadels in Europe. This place is like something out of a history book. Cobblestone streets, colourful houses, and a clock tower that dominates the skyline. You can practically hear the horses' hooves on the pavement. Sighisoara is also known for being the birthplace of Vlad the Impaler, the inspiration for Dracula. And yeah, this place has some stories to tell. We're checking out the clock tower, which has this amazing view of the city. You can see all the way to the surrounding hills, and of course, no trip to Sighisoara would be complete without exploring the citadel itself. It's like stepping back in time. We're talking ancient walls, hidden courtyards, and a spooky old cemetery. If you're looking for a dose of history and charm, Sighisoara is the place to be. Chapter 6, Bucharest, Party in the City. Next stop, Bucharest, the capital of Romania. And let me tell you, this city knows how to party. Forget what you think you know about Eastern Europe. Bucharest is a vibrant mix of old and new with something for everyone. We're talking stunning architecture, delicious food, and a nightlife that's off the hook. We're starting our tour in the Old Town, which is packed with bars, restaurants and clubs. This is the place to be after dark. But Bucharest is more than just a party city. It's also got a rich history and culture. We're checking out the Palace of Parliament, which is the second largest administrative building in the world after the Pentagon. This place is massive. We're also visiting the Romanian Athenaeum, a stunning concert hall that's a symbol of the city. Bucharest is a city that will surprise you. It's got a little bit of everything, and it's definitely worth a visit. Get ready to be amazed, because we're heading to the painted monasteries of Bucovina. These monasteries are famous for their exterior frescoes, which are basically like giant murals painted on the outside of the churches. We're talking vibrant colors, intricate details, and stories from the Bible brought to life. The frescoes were painted way back in the 15th and 16th centuries, and they're incredibly well preserved. It's like stepping back in time and seeing these works of art just as they were meant to be seen. Each monastery has its own unique style and story to tell. We're visiting a few different ones, including Voronezh, which is known for its depiction of the Last Judgment. They say that the blue paint used at Voronezh is so special that it can't be replicated, even with modern technology. It's known as Voronezh blue, and it's seriously impressive. The painted monasteries of Bucovina are a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a must-see for anyone visiting Romania. Next up, Cluj-Napoca, one of the largest cities in Romania and a major student hub. This place has a totally different vibe than Bucharest. It's more laid back and youthful, with a cool arts and culture scene. We're starting our tour in the city centre, which is packed with cafes, bars and restaurants. This is the perfect place to grab a coffee and people watch. Cluj-Napoca is also home to a number of universities, so there are always students around, which gives the city a really lively atmosphere. We're checking out the Botanical Garden, which is a great place to relax and escape the city noise. And of course, no trip to Cluj-Napoca would be complete without experiencing the nightlife. This city has some of the best clubs in Romania, and they stay open. Lake Cluj-Napoca is a city that's full of surprises. It's got a little bit of everything, and it's definitely worth a visit. Get ready to be charmed, because we're heading to Sibiu, one of the most beautiful cities in Transylvania. This city is like a fairy tale come to life, with its cobblestone streets, colorful houses, and medieval walls. Sibiu was once an important trading center, and you can still see the influence of its German heritage in the architecture. We're starting our tour in the Grand Square, which is the heart of the city. This is where you'll find some of Sibiu's most iconic landmarks, like the Council Tower and the Brukenthal Palace. We're also visiting the Bridge of Lies, which is said to collapse if you tell a lie while standing on it. I'm not taking any chances, so I'm keeping my mouth shut. Sibiu is a city that's full of history and charm. It's the perfect place to wander around. Get lost in the narrow streets and soak up the atmosphere. For our last stop, we're heading to Maramureș, a region in northern Romania that's known for its traditional way of life. This place is like stepping back in time. People here still live in wooden houses, wear traditional clothing, and celebrate ancient customs. We're visiting a local village to learn more about the Maramureș way of life. We're going to see how they make haystacks, carve wooden gates, and bake bread in traditional ovens. Maramureș is also home to a number of wooden churches, some of which are UNESCO World Heritage Sites. These churches are absolutely stunning, with their tall, slender towers and intricate carvings. We're visiting the Barsana Monastery, which is one of the most famous monasteries in Maramureș. It's a complex of wooden buildings, including a church, a gate tower, and several houses for the nuns. Maramureș is a place where time seems to stand still. It's a reminder of a simpler way of life, and it's a truly special place to visit. Thanks for joining us on this virtual tour of Romania's best tourist spots. We hit up some seriously cool places, from spooky castles to peaceful deltas. Romania is a hidden gem, and I hope this video inspires you to add it to your travel bucket list. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more travel adventures. See you next time.